Somebody come get 'em. They're too old for TikTok.
Hello, and welcome to Too Old for TikTok, episode 160. I can't believe it. That's a big number for us.
Big number.
Yeah, Catalina, what's been going on?
Well, I was just screamed at by my best friend, Dina Greenbaum, before we began recording, so I'm a little bit shaken. But other than that, I think I'm okay. But maybe you need to explain how your feelings right now.
Well, I've been traveling a lot. Work's been really busy, so I'm just a bit stressed. And I took out my anger on you because you deserved it.
Wow.
Because you were telling me how I should feel.
Wow. Well, it is true that in moments of stress and anxiety, one of the things they always ask you on the polls are like, have you been extra irritable recently? Have you yelled at people?
Yes.
So
you made me irritable.
I made Dina irritable, but I think I make you irritable anyway, regardless.
I don't think that's true. This recording this podcast is a source of light in my life.
Yeah.
We laugh together. And I love talking about TikTok.
Yeah.
So.
Well, how are you, Dina? Besides that, do you want to share anything, or do you just want to go right to the TikTok?
Well, I went to Grenada on a family vacation.
And she came back relaxed and refreshed, as we
beautiful.
can tell.
It's a family vacation. We had a great time, but it was enough time with the family. Mm-hmm. It was what was it, 5 days? And it was a lot of togetherness.
Family vacations are so interesting. Like, my family stopped taking vacations at a certain point. I think they just decided, like, we will not be doing this.
Yeah, we hadn't done one for a really long time. And this was the first where it was me and Ben and Emily and Harrison and my parents. So it was all 6 of us. So we did have some great times, I will say. And Grenada is beautiful. The weather was nice. You didn't comment on my tan, which is really rude.
Congratulations on your tan.
Thank you so much.
I guess I envision you tan anyway, so.
Oh, well, I've been really pale, so that's nice.
What would you say was your rose and your thorn?
My rose was spending time with my family and relaxing, and scuba diving with my brother. It was fun. My thorn was a fight that ensued that I was not part of, but it was between my mother and my brother at the photo shop place because we did a photo shoot. We were on a sandals.
Oh my God.
So then you have to pick the photos in a little hut. And my mom and my brother got into a fight over, the photos they were picking. It was very obscene.
I didn't realize you were at a sandals.
Yeah,
wow.
It was a sandals.
That sheds a different light on this entire experience for me.
Yeah. And then another thorn would be a family fishing trip that was, I will say, unsuccessful because in 4 hours we only caught 3 fish.
Mm. And your family fishing trip reminded me about the time that I went on a boat with my family. It was a paddle boat, and we got into this lake in New Hampshire, and my dad is a pretty anxious individual, and he was saying that we could not go into the middle of the lake where it was deep in case something happened. But you know what? Pablo was right because our paddle boat sank.
Oh my God. And did you swim? You're alive.
I can't really remember what happened. I remember it taking on water, but I don't remember the resolution. I guess I've just removed that trauma from my brain.
Does Pablo remember? I'd like to get his take on it.
I should ask him. He either will remember it very vividly or he won't remember it ever happened. It's one or the other.
All right. Should we get to the talks?
Yeah, lots of TikTok. Although you weren't that active on TikTok this past weekend, or at least
I wasn't
sending
at
and receiving,
all.
because I was sending you talks and I wasn't getting any responses.
I apologize. When I'm on vacation, I actually do like to decrease my screen time. So I was not on the talk a lot at all. But you sent me really good ones. I did watch them. I just didn't,
acknowledge
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So what's been on your algorithm then? Your limited algorithm?
This one, actually, the TikTok group chat sent over. I think it was Claudia who sent it.
And trigger warning, maybe?
Trigger warning, yeah, but it's very me because it's running, and the Boston Marathon was this week. It's a video by former teen heartthrob.
I'm Max, and this is me before the Boston Marathon. They ran out of toilet paper. If you see this, I'm at mile 14.
You expect to see him just struggling at the end, but instead you get a visual of him in the actual porta potty and you hear his farts.
I think it's porta potty.
Oh, you know what?
We've had this conversation. We've had this conversation on the podcast. Potty.
I've never learned.
It's fine.
And I port a potty.
Yeah, like to port.
What do I say? Porto.
You say
potty.
porter, like porter.
No, Porto.
No, you say porter. You just said porter.
I know it's not porter.
But that's what you
Porto.
said. Well, I guess that this is recorded, so we can always confirm what you actually said.
Roll the tapes.
Roll the tapes. I thought this was nasty.
It was nasty. I liked a lot of the comments where, wow, we're just sharing everything on this app now. But yeah, the comments were very funny. This has millions of views.
I sort of wondered if that was a sound effect or if that was actually that man pooping.
I feel like it was that man pooping because you were with him in the porta potty. So I think it was real.
Well, I know Dina's pooped in her fair share of porta potties.
While running, because when you're running,
it really gets that intestinal area moving. But
I do carry tissues with me normally,
smart.
So I don't, so I don't have that toilet paper problem.
Very smart.
Yes, the next thing on my For You page is a video by two Dachshund Kings.
Dachshund. Dachshund is spelled like that. The English language.
But can't you say Dachshund too? No?
No.
Okay.
It's like how you say colonel, not colonel. Like Colonel Mustard.
But but it's a dog, right? A dachshund?
Yeah, a dachshund.
Okay. I'm not very well versed with dogs.
Look. Oh. Wait, did you hear that?
No.
I just went to look up how to pronounce dachshund, or and wait, I need to send this to you. Because you know how when you can do a pronunciation on Google?
Yeah.
Well, so there's a little speaker icon that I clicked on that I thought was going to be someone saying dachshund.
Oh, it's just a barking dog.
It's just barking. Yeah, it's dachshund. Sorry.
Okay. You know what? I love learning new things. Thank you.
She loves to learn. Okay. On to the video.
I just made an Evite for my daughter's first birthday party. And on Evite it says import contacts. And I thought it meant import to select through. No. It imported all 487 of my contacts and invited them to this birthday party. Not only did it invite my boss, all of my coworkers, all of the people that have ever been stored in my phone, but it sent an invitation based off of how they're stored in my phone. And I want you to just take a second and think about everyone stored in your phone and how they're stored in your phone. And then imagine them receiving an invitation. Derek Eyeroll, he received an invitation. Jess hit her car in parking lot. Anyways, I have to quit or get a new identity. I don't even know.
I found this so funny because this is one of my worst nightmares. And this person only has 450 contacts. I have thousands of contacts in my phone because at one point my Facebook contacts linked up, and I've had so many jobs and just so many crew members from films or TV shows I've worked on. It would be insanity.
I cannot.
This is a nightmare.
I don't delete anyone's phone number.
And neither do I. I don't delete either.
The amount of people I never want to speak to again.
Exactly. Or
it definitely outweighs
people from when I was dating online. I never deleted those numbers, but
the ratio of people I actually like to people I never want to speak to again in my cell phone is really skewed in the direction of people I never want to speak to again.
Oh, me too. For sure.
I have someone in here, Zoltan Snow Handler.
That's a really good one.
It was my landlord's, I called him the snow handler because it was just some guy who would send over to take care of the snow, but he wasn't a professional. It was just a dude he knew. And so he would just handle it once in a while.
Snow handler.
Who do you think your most deranged person in your phone is?
actually some actresses and actors that I've worked with in the past. And it would be not great to send that to those people.
I have like someone like Tony, 2 question marks. Oh, I just remembered who that was. Oh,
Who is
this
it?
is kind of fun. Some like person that I met in a bar once. I don't know why I put question marks. Maybe because I didn't know what he was saying.
Or you didn't know his last name?
No, because I don't put anyone's last names. And then I have a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
But don't you have a lot of people with the same first name?
No, I mean, I do put people's last names, but I don't put, I'm fine with, I also have single named, you know?
Mm-hmm,
And then I also have a lot of, since I worked at Galaxy Cafe for so long, I have like at least 20 people whose like first name is their name and their last name is Galaxy.
Galaxy. Oh, I do that for some jobs too, for sure.
I also have a whole list of like when I was looking for apartments in Madrid at some point, and it's just like piso, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
like
right,
25 random
Yeah.
people. Anyway,
Oh, God.
new anxiety unlocked.
So true. Okay, what's been on your For You page?
My For You page has been doing well recently. I got a video the other day by @SunnyBeThinkin that I just could not agree more with.
So I've decided I'm going to start posting on Instagram like it's 2012 again. I'm talking random bird that I thought was cute, the new socks I bought. Shit, what I had for breakfast this morning. And no, not in the story, on the grid, so you know it's real. Because who going to track me?
I miss this era of Instagram.
So you're very much an Instagram person.
You've never
You're-
posted.
Right, your posts are great, your stories are great, and you were an early adopter.
No, I
would say,
wasn't.
too.
I was in Spain
No?
when people were, when I arrived in 2012, Instagram had like kind of already been around, but not for that long.
Okay. But yeah, I've never posted on Instagram, but I am a lurker. I've lurked, but this doesn't have as much weight to me as it does for you.
Instagram has just become, I mean, there's been an evolution in the way that there's an evolution with Facebook. Like, we grew up with Facebook. I've had Facebook since I was a senior in high school. And so when you get those Facebook memories...
I love the Facebook memories. They're so good.
Well, it's also because there's such a stark juxtaposition with now on Facebook. I exclusively use it for work because everyone who's like a boomer academic has Facebook, and there's like a contingent that really like to use it to like promote events and things like that. So I just entirely started using my Facebook for work. But I live in fear that someone's going to scroll back.
Yeah, I mean, we posted millions of albums, and we posted every picture from like every night going out. So those Facebook memories are insane.
Perhaps more embarrassing and harder to control are the wall posts, because the albums and videos I can make private. The wall, I guess I can make my wall private as well. But when I get those memories, and it's like we were just using that as if we were messaging each other, but it was public.
but in a public forum.
That's so weird. And
yes. But back to Instagram, I do understand what this creator is saying. And that's the thing with influencers, everything's like curated and all these brands polished, and I don't know. I feel like Gen Z was sort of trying to combat this at one point, I think.
Yes, they were doing like very intentionally unaesthetically pleasing images and real, or the carousels.
Stories.
Carousels of like ugly pictures, but it was still sort of intentional. One thing that I've noticed in the evolution of Instagram was it went from us posting like an ugly picture of a salad we made with like bad lighting and the Valencia filter to almost every picture is of you. You know, like
a view
of the individual.
Of the person.
Right.
Not of like a sunset or something.
No, you. Y-O-U.
Okay, I see.
You, the individual. So, and I think that kind of has to do with what gets likes. Because if I post a picture of, I actually have one of my least liked posts was a picture of like a street post, and it was a carousel, and in the carousel there were pictures of me, but I was sort of playing with the Gen Z aesthetic. This was maybe last year or the year before. And It has like 30 likes. Very low performer.
Wow.
Right?
Interesting. I'd like you to re-upload it, but have a picture of you in the front of the carousel and do a little comparison.
Well, I'm currently stalled because the last time I posted was my wedding, and I'd like to post pictures from the honeymoon, but Ivan is holding them hostage, so I feel like it might be kind of weird to like skip ahead. I also just don't feel the motivation to post on grid anymore in the way I used to have the motivation to do so.
I've never had the motivation.
I know
to post on
you clearly
grid.
have not. One time, I mean, but I more recently, like 2019, I posted a very ugly picture of paella that I made.
You just wanted to show you had the paella chops.
Hell yeah.
My favorite Instagram person who doesn't post anymore was Tom Hanks. He used to just post gloves that he would find on the floor or random objects he would see in the street. And it was so random, but it was very just unique behavior.
Unique New York. My next algorithm pick is by the creator at I'm That Dawn. And she goes to the pharmacy, she's showing us her 2 medicines.
These are my prescription antidepressants. And these are my over-the-counter antidepressants.
So one of the medicines is like pills in a paper bag, and the other one is Nerds gummy clusters.
Love this video because I love Nerds gummy clusters. They do heal all of my sorrow. They make me so happy.
This was a more you video that came across my page.
That's so true.
I do like Nerds gummy clusters. I definitely like them more than those grapes that Alina gave us.
You have such beef with those grapes.
You had beef with those grapes.
Yeah, but they were, actually, Alina's sister is in med school in Grenada, so she visited us one day, and we were talking about the grapes and how much she loves them. And then my mom chimed in and said, we left them all in the freezer after the engagement party, so they're just sitting at my parents' house chilling.
Literally chilling.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. I mean, I'd like to try the other ones. We only tried the ones that were covered in Nerds. I would give the others a chance.
Me too.
And maybe let it, like, cool.
Simmer,
like,
yeah.
Defrost a little. I think it was too cold. Excellent.
Moving on to our food section, we have a video by Haley Catalano, and she's showing a beach sandwich. There is no audio involved, but Catalina, this sandwich looks amazing.
Yes,
So thank you for sending it, and tell us what the ingredients are.
All right, I'm going to walk us through the ingredients of this sandwich. So you have a long baguette. I also am laughing because I was dictating the words to Dina, and I told her to spell cornichon the way she thought it was spelled. It's not spelled that way, shockingly.
I spelled it corn, C-O-R-N.
You spelled it phonetically, yeah.
S-H-O-N-S, cornichons.
It's almost, but okay, so it's
I was close.
She makes a butter where she takes the butter that I'm sure is like a nice one, and then she chops up cornichons. She adds the whole grain Dijon mustard and some like pepper, I think, some fresh ground pepper, and chopped up chive. And then, so that becomes this like nice herby butter with pickles, which sounds so good to me. And then she spreads a thick layer of that on this baguette, layers it with like a nice ham. Not like boiled ham, like a nice
gorgeous looking
ham and then gorgeous cheese, and then she wraps it in parchment, cuts it in half.
I am so impressed with the wrapping skill. I've always wanted to know how to wrap a sandwich like that.
I know how to.
You do? Mm-hmm. Oh, I would like a lesson.
Mm-hmm. I learned that was something that I learned during the pandemic when I was like cooking a lot, how to wrap a sandwich in parchment properly.
That makes the whole sandwich, because if you're going to transport a sandwich to the beach, it needs to be wrapped properly.
I will say I forgot how to do it, but I could probably jog that memory pretty quickly.
Or we could rewatch this video and slow-mo her wrapping.
Well, this video also pairs with a video that I had sent you and Ashley, friend of the pod, which was a guy in New York City rating different baguettes. And so I need to go back to his page because I only saw like baguettes number 6 through 12. I didn't see 1 through 5. But I'd like to go back to the page and see what his top baguettes are. And then you're going to have to get one of these baguettes and do this. I think this is easy enough.
Yeah, I would do that. A lot of the comments on this beach sandwich video, or just one of the comments, was, I know I would cut my mouth on that baguette.
Whatever.
Because it's true. Sometimes when you take a big bite into a hard bread, I've cut my mouth before, but it's worth it.
There's a place in town here that does a baguette sandwich, a ham and cheese sandwich, exactly like this, except the butter is not herbed in that way. And the other thing is that they don't really spread the butter as well normally. I feel like it's good, but I always like take it and re-spread the butter. But it's so delicious, so good.
Yeah, it's making me hungry.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. Okay.
Cornichons.
Cornichons. We have 2 audio trends this week. We have the first one is a video by The Baldest Bitch.
Crazy, the very first sin was a woman who ate. A woman who ate. She served and licked the plates.
So what I like so much about this video and the audio, we need to give credit to the audio creator, who is Jane Bell, and the song is called Mother 8. But this video says, it's this person saying, I was absolutely convinced this song was going mega viral. Turns out it only had 5K uses, and the reality is I'm just mega gay. And then if you click on the video now, it does, it's not mega, it has 12,000 videos, so it's not that that's not like completely like negligible.
It's pretty
number.
viral.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not super viral in the sense that I thought it was going, because every other video on my page
is this song?
Is that song.
Oh, really? I hadn't been getting these. Oh, but it's a great song.
It's great. Really good song.
Yeah.
And deserves to go more
Catchy.
viral.
Agreed.
I've been very much on
weeks.
the side of TikTok that's like JoJo Siwa slander. Like queer people getting mad that JoJo Siwa in an interview said that she wanted to invent or like make queer pop a thing, and everyone's like, queer pop has been a thing, like
already?
gay pop is a thing. And so that led me to Chapel Roan, she just performed at Coachella. And a couple of friends of mine just went to her show in New Haven, and so I started listening to her song. She's been around for a while, but I'm only recently engaging with her music. And she made a really funny like response video to JoJo Siwa, because she's been called the like future of gay pop. And so she made this like response video to her, but she's blowing up. Everyone, Chapel Roan is going to be, her show in Columbus is sold out this summer. I'm sad. I'm going to try to get,
that's sad.
I'm gonna try to get resale tickets.
I remember last year we were getting so much Coachella content because there was the mishap with the influencers. Kind of, it was sort of like was Fyre Festy, where there was a problem with a bus and they couldn't get transported from one of the brands. I don't know. I'm not getting as much this year.
I'm getting it, but it's mostly just like reviews of different performances, like people saying like what the best thing I saw at Coachella was. I've been seeing stuff about Lana Del Rey.
I saw Paris Hilton was brought up by Vampire Weekend. I saw that.
And I saw Paris Hilton like video bomb someone. So I've been getting Coachella content, but I also think it's because then I started seeking out specifically because Chapel Rowan's performance is like really good, and everyone was sort of like freaking out about that. But that's also when you get on this side of the algorithm that thinks you're gay, then you get all the gay content. So that's why I was getting pushed all the gay content. But that song, good.
Sounds great.
So good.
Next audio trend, Catalina. I haven't seen this, and this kind of blew my mind, this artist. Tell us about it.
Okay, so I feel like this is the two extreme sides of audio on TikTok, where it's like Mother 8 on one side, me thinking Mother 8 is going viral, and then on the more mainstream side of TikTok, you have this song by the artist YG Marley, who is the grandson of Bob Marley. So Bob Marley's son had a kid. Well, this is explained by the user Vibe with Jono.
Did you know that Bob Marley's son had a kid with Lauryn Hill, and that kid's name is YG Marley? He makes music, and he just released his first song. I think he's gonna bring reggae back to prominence.
These balls of flames are catching on fire.
So yeah, so it's Bob Marley's grandson. He's doing reggae music. People in the comments were like, reggae never went away, which is a valid comment. But all of the biggest users, this is one of these like very mainstream audio trends. Northwest did a video to it where she's singing, but the way that this really has started getting a trend going is that this user named Lee Halton, who's some sort of, like Australian influencer, her is at Luch. She made a video to the song. I'm just going to check. Yeah, okay, so this song currently has 2.8 million videos. So that's the difference between a viral audio and a not so viral audio. So I was over here thinking that that Woman 8 was like the same level of viral as this Praise Jah in the Moonlight. But this user makes this video. She's just sitting in a car. She's very beautiful. She like scrunches up her face and lip syncs. And she has, at this point, over 46 million likes on that video.
This is very similar to Bella Porch, I think the user was, when she did that basically just head turning trend to the song. And it was a while ago. Probably it was during the pandemic, but then garnered millions and millions of followers from that one video and that one kind of trend. And
right, and that sort of that gave way to
thing.
her whole like music career, because Bella Porch then like released music and like she became one of the most. And these are the TikTokers that don't come across our algorithms.
No,
because we don't engage so much with the like. I mean, I feel like ours is a type of mainstream, but it's like this idea of like straight TikTok. We don't really engage with straight TikTok as much as we do with all the like weird pockets of TikTok that you can enter.
We wouldn't get Charlie D'Amelio on our For You page.
No, or like any of those people. I do
right.
go
or
and
those
look at
Guantanamo
them.
boys.
Oh my God, no, never in a million
anyone
years.
in a hype house. Exactly.
No hype houses on my For You page.
Shame for me.
I mean, I go and I seek it out and I look at it. But yeah, there's been a lot of discourse about like, this girl doesn't deserve these likes. It's just like, everyone relax. But it's something funny to me is the two girls on TikTok who have really blown up, Charlie D'Amelio and this Leah girl, have this look that I'm surprised is like the look that everyone's going for.
Yeah, it's basically pin straight black hair and makeup that is trying to be a natural look, but clearly you're made up.
Right.
Which is a look that I cannot achieve with makeup, so it impresses me very much. But I feel like it's a look that's trying to not to seem like you put a lot of effort, but meanwhile, as we know, Melissa's been trying to contour.
Oh, right. Melissa has been going on a contouring journey.
And it's so hard, and I give her a lot of credit for trying. I've never even tried, just because I would have to watch YouTube videos, I'd have to buy the stuff. It's just a lot
all of us
steps
keep telling
for
Melissa,
me.
because she's sending us these pictures of her contouring, and it's like the lightest line of contour you've ever seen in your life, and it's like, you need to go harder in the paint. Ivan said you need to look like you're terraforming your face. And he was... but this Leah girl, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I went through her page a little bit, and fun fact about her that I really enjoy is that she speaks Italian. And like pretty well. She has a friend who was in a video with her. They're both speaking Italian. The girl's from Italy. She was like an exchange student with this girl's sister in Australia. And so they're speaking Italian. And I was like, oh, that's a fun little fact about her.
Wow, I'm going through her page right now, and what I'm noticing is that all of her icons, or the pinned pictures, are basically of her face in the same proportions. So like what you were saying about the Instagram, how you have to have a picture of you to get the most likes. Her face is...
That's what's drawing
the
people
same
into her
icon.
page. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, her other thing that she does is she uses inverted filter for these videos. So you can see the hashtag on all of them is inverted, which then sent me on a journey of trying to figure out how to use the inverted filter. And I even Googled it and like looked up a tutorial, and I couldn't figure it out.
Wait, isn't the inverted filter just a filter on TikTok? Why couldn't you figure out how to use it?
I don't know. I couldn't find it. It was like use the search bar, and I couldn't find the magnifying glass, and I was like, I'm really showing my age on this one.
Oh, okay. I'm going to try this later. and see
Okay,
if
I would
could
really
do it.
appreciate it. And then I think we both
Yeah.
should do imitation videos and see how insane. Because the thing with the inverted filter is that it brings out all the asymmetries in your face. And so
Right.
essentially what this girl is doing is like flexing how she has like a very beautiful symmetrical face.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the case for mine.
Mine would be like,
unfortunately. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, last but not least, this has been a trend that's been going on for a long time. It's two people talking to each other. But this one, Catalina, you sent, and I thought it was particularly funny, and I think we could play a little clip. The user's Macapaka669.
We're cousins. Of course I get into your car to go to the same destination as my family.
Good. We're cousins. Of course I'm the fat one.
No, you're meant to talk about like things about being cousins.
Okay. We're cousins. Of course I'm the only one that got diabetes.
Dude, that's not fucking how it works.
We're cousins. Of course your parents were strict and mine weren't, so they let me eat as much chocolate as I want and I got diabetes.
Stop.
We're cousins. Of course we fight like we're sisters.
We're cousins. Of course we used to share clothes until I got too fat and got diabetes.
Stop it. No.
We're cousins. Of course I have my own bedroom in your house.
We're cousins. Of course our grandma loves you more because I'm fat and I have diabetes.
This isn't the first time that I've seen people doing this trend and having it be that one of the people keeps saying like out of pocket statements and then they like put it down and have them talking to each other. But I was just really laughing at the fact that every time she just kept bringing up the same thing. And I also really liked that they were cousins that were such good friends.
Yeah,
I found it very heartwarming.
So cute. It was really heartwarming and hilarious.
I can't imagine doing a video like I like all my cousins, but I don't have like a very, I don't have like a friend type relationship with my cousins.
What about that cousin who was the only cousin who lasted
I love my cousin.
your
Yeah,
wedding?
Julia rules. Yeah, my cousin.
She's
great.
great.
We could probably do a video like that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
totally
retract what
could.
I said. I retract it.
Yeah.
I could do a video like this with several of my cousins. I have a lot of cousins, man.
Well, your mom has 9 other siblings.
10.
10. Oh, she's one of 11.
Yeah, girl.
I forgot. Wow. That's
How many
a lot.
cousins do you have, Dina?
I have 5. But I have a lot of second cousins. Like,
see, that's the thing. I don't know who any of those people are.
Yeah, I know some, but some I'd probably pass in the street, wouldn't know they were related to me.
My favorite cousin of Dina's, I think I scared her a little at your engagement party because I met her once and she definitely didn't remember me, but I remember her. Because she has a pet pig and it's not like a small pig, it's a giant pig.
Giant pig that she lets in the house, and it's truly a pet.
That is so amazing. It's kind of like there's that guy who goes viral on TikTok who has a cow in his house. He's always like eating things and the cow's in his house. That's far more destructive than a pig.
I've been telling her she needs to get on TikTok.
She really does.
I mean, she really does.
I need more images.
Have a pet pig.
Also, most of the meal that I met her during, we talked about her pig. So I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, you have a pig." And she was like, "Who are you?"
Oh, that's great.
Ay. Well,
all right. Well, thank you so much. See, Catalina, I feel so much better.
I know.
Apologies for screaming at you before this podcast, even though I didn't scream at you.
She
like
screamed. Actually, last night, Ivan abused me because I was sitting in bed and I said, "I'd like to eat some cookies." And he said, "You can't eat them in the bed." And I said, "That's rude." And so I sat on the floor and I ate my cookies and I felt like I was being abused.
I wouldn't say that's a good use of the word abuse.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
But me and Ashley both were on Ivan's side because he sent a picture of you eating the cookies, and I said, I'm team no crumbs in bed.
Would you ever?
And on that note,
would you ever eat a cookie in bed, Dina?
If I was drunk, probably, but I haven't eaten in bed, and I can't remember. I haven't done it.
I mean, me neither. And now apparently I'll never be able to do it ever again. At least
divorce
without my husband knowing. But I learned that I'm Ashley's third crummiest or crumb producing. There's 2 other bigger crumb producers than me, according to her. So I feel good about that.
That's great. Okay. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.